My boyfriend told me his female friend is his comfort person and I want to break up with him. Update. Hey guys, thank you so much to everybody who has messaged me privately or commented on the post, it means so much. I have an update. My friend Anna knows his ex-girlfriend and his ex wants to have a conversation with me tomorrow. She told me that she was going to reveal to me what a boss he is. If yous want an update to how the meeting goes, just comment and I'll post it. I 23, am in a relationship with my boyfriend 27, for almost 2 years. Our relationship has been great, especially in the beginning. We both want the same things out of life, and we have talked extensively about the future. Around 4 months ago my boyfriend's behavior started changing. His mother was seriously injured and he has been helping to take care of her on top of working a stressful job. My boyfriend has a female friend, 26, that he has known for 6 years. When I first met her, I tried my best to be as polite as possible and the meeting went well, but for some reason I always got strange vibes from her. Naturally I have been trying my best to support my boyfriend through this very tough and depressing time for him, and so has she. My boyfriend started shutting me out. He started leaving me on read for days, and one time went 3 weeks without uttering a word to me. Knowing that he was going through depression, I tried to just keep calm and just told him if he needed anything to contact me. These past 4 months I've seen my boyfriend 6 times. One of my best friends, Anna, who works at an amusement park called me to catch up. She asked me how life and my boyfriend was going and told me that she saw him and his female friend, she knows her, where she works, that they hung out together 4 months ago when he supposedly shut everybody out. She showed me a picture after her shift that she took and they were in the background. I then felt the urge to log into my Facebook, went on her page and saw that my boyfriend had been hearting and commenting flirty messages under her photos and indeed saw a photo of them at the park. I confronted my boyfriend and he said that I was overreacting, and she is just a longtime friend. He told me that she is his comfort person, that she and him have a lot in common and that they only hung out that day because his female friend is nurse and she has been helping him with his mother, arranging extra care to be sent to help out. I was honestly in disbelief when I heard this. I told him that I have asked repeatedly to help him, that I was tried endless times to comfort him, that he has shut me out every time, and that I should be his comfort person. I told him that I wanted to break up with him because he doesn't need me at all and that he can go be with his comfort person. He told me that this was a huge misunderstanding on my part and that I can't break up with him since we have talked about marriage and children. Am I honestly overreacting? He's been calling and texting me non-stop and I haven't answered any of it. Should I end things? I feel so offended, but it's also been 2 years. You have only seen your boyfriend 6 times in the last 4 months and he ghosted you for over 3 weeks. It's time to realize this relationship is over and he is stringing you along for nothing. He checked out of that relationship. You can always break up with him. Don't let him make you feel like you're obligated to be his perpetual backup plan. And your instincts were right. He turns to her in stressful times and feels zero obligation to put you in that role, while simultaneously demanding fidelity from you. Imagine a lifetime of being the third wheel in your own marriage. She'll have a say in your house purchases, your child rearing, your careers, your financial planning. Screw that. Leave him like you wanted to. Disagreeing on the Bible. Me, 21M, and girlfriend, 18F. I have been dating, or in the talking stage, IDK the difference nowadays, with a girl I met in one of my classes at university. We have been talking, dating for around a month now. Very short, I know. We met at study group for the philosophy class we have together. This situation gave me a perfect excuse to question her about her values considering the class was dealing with ethical issues and whatnot. She was pretty and I wanted to get to know more about her. After talking for several hours, we realized that we were very similar. We both have traditional values that focus on starting a family, dating for marriage, etc. We got along very well. Pretty immediately after that day I made it clear with her what my intentions were regarding the nature of our relationship moving forward. She seemed to reciprocate those feelings. For about a month, we have been seeing each other at school, hanging out outside of school, and we even went to church with each other a few times. We met each other's families. Everything seemed to be going well. One day in our conversation, the topic of evolution came up, and I said something that would have implied I thought evolution was real. In that moment, she interjected and argued the opposite position. This was the beginning of a frenzy of disagreements that would ensue. They were all directly relating to the Bible. She is somewhat of a Christian fundamentalist that interprets every aspect of the Bible as both morally true and scientifically true. I would like to say I am a religious person with great respect for the Bible, but I do not read the Bible as a science book. The Bible was always about morality, ethics, and the question of, how should we as humans act? In my view, the Bible was never concerned with scientific matters. This has led us disagree on the topics of evolution, young Earth, Jesus Christ, the afterlife. I take a more scientific approach with a metaphorical interpretation. She takes a literal interpretation of the Bible. We both believe in the existence of God. I thought we were so similar, but this disagreement has led us to believe that our fundamental views about the world are quite different. Because we both date for marriage, this isn't something we feel we can easily dismiss. If we were to have kids at some point, looking far ahead, I know, they would have to be taught one way or the other. We have tried to present arguments in favor of our own worldviews to each other in hopes of finding some agreement. This debate-like conversation has been going on for about an additional week and the both of us have hardly budged. Me more so than her. She has said that she can see the truth in my worldview, but still clings to what she has known her whole life. And so, it is here that we are stuck. Not wanting to give up our worldviews, and not wanting to move forward with someone who we don't see eye to eye with. We both mutually feel like we are so similar, and this one disagreement is what's holding us back, albeit an important one. Is this disagreement something we should try to overlook? Will it come back to bite us later on? We have only been together for around a month, so perhaps we should just go our separate ways. Is it realistic to think we ever going to find someone that agrees with us 100% on everything? I'll agree with what everyone else is saying. You're not gonna agree 100% with anyone. The problem is that with fundamentalists, 100% agreement is the only option. You might be able to work out a compromise, but I doubt it, especially if she has fundamentalist family, in which case, you'll have corrupted her in their eyes. That's not a small disagreement. That's something major. With someone valuing the Bible over scientific facts, things can be tough. You won't find someone with whom you agree on everything 100%. But it's totally possible to find someone with whom you agree on the basic, important stuff. It's your decision if her views on those areas are a deal-breaker or not to you. People on Reddit aren't very religious. This is a difficult issue to advise on. My husband, 27 male, struggles with basic hygiene and I, 26 female, can't take it anymore. I'm just really angry right now. I don't understand why this is so difficult for men. Over the last few months I've noticed my husband does not take care of his personal hygiene as well as I would like. It's gotten to the point where I have to listen outside the bathroom door to hear if he turns water on, but he never washes his hands, never brushes his teeth, showers maybe 1-2 times a week, but I have to nag him to do it or else he'll lay in bed all dirty from work. It's disgusting. It makes it even worse because he loves to touch my face. When I yawn he'll stick his finger in my mouth to be funny, and I eventually got mad at him for this and screamed at him, "Stop doing that. You don't wash your hands and I know you don't, so don't ever put your hands near my mouth." It's revolting and makes me want to throw up thinking all the times he used to do that before I knew. This is not a divorcing matter. Everything else about our relationship is great, so please don't use the immediate response of, "Just leave, that's ridiculous." I want to work this out, but I'm not sure what to do. Whenever I try to bring it up, he denies he has a problem. He does have ADHD, which I have read can impact stuff like this, but I am not educated enough to know positivity. Update. We talked about it and he said he forgets sometimes. I told him I don't understand how someone can forget something like that since we learned to wash our hands after the bathroom in preschool. He said he would work on it and sometimes he does something else, like clean his ears or something, and forgets after. He said he was sorry and he cares what I think of him but didn't like how angry I came across. I was, and asked if I could be calmer next time. He said he's sorry and would try to fix it. That's all I can do for now, I suppose. Turned my stomach reading that. Nasty. My good friend had the exact same situation. She had a selfish, disgusting, dirty husband who didn't care if he revolted her physically or not. She too said, this isn't a divorcing matter. She spent all her best years not having sex because her husband was a revolting pig. Her daughters have no respect for her because she's married to a dirty revolting pig, and now she's 50 and feels like her life is over. But how? I mean, how do you want to work that out? It's so basic, I mean I can't even imagine what touching him feels like. Do you drink Purell as a hobby? Does he poke you with his 1-week ripe Parmesan sprinkled DCK? How do you not throw up instantly when he approaches you? Just how? My boyfriend's mom went through my medicine cabinet and commented on my pills. I have a house with my boyfriend and his family came to visit for the first time. I have an extremely organized medicine cabinet that is filled to the brim with meds. I have an invisible disability of chronic pain as well as meds for depression, birth control, and my anxiety, so there's a lot of semi-private stuff in my medicine cabinet. My boyfriend's mother came out of the bathroom after using it and began to ask me about some of my meds. She said something along the lines of, "Wow, you've got a pharmacy in your bathroom." I was wordless because I was so confused as to why she'd look into our medicine cabinet in the first place. I asked if she needed anything like an Advil or such and she shook her head and said, "Oh no, I was just checking it out." My boyfriend's family nodded like this was completely normal. My boyfriend was out of the room at the time. I never grew up with a family that did this, but after doing some slight Googling it seems like it isn't too uncommon. I don't really know what to do in this situation, but I feel as if my privacy was invaded. Jesus, that sounds horrid. I think you should tell your boyfriend to tell his mother not to do that anymore. Clarify to him that is a violation of your privacy, and it might be normal to her but it is not something you are okay with. My mother was a nosy bitch. I remember when I was a little girl and she would take me to the bathroom at a friend's house. She would look in every cabinet, every box on the back of the toilet seat. I think she may have taken something, too. I wouldn't invite her over again. And never give her keys. She will come over when you are gone and poke around in your dresser and closet and look through your private papers. Some people are just too nosy for their own good. Your boyfriend should have a chat with his mother about respecting your privacy when she visits, if he allows her to visit again. Wow, she is nosy. I don't go through people's medicine cabinets. I would find a more private place for them if you are wanting to keep your medical stuff private.